Hi, I'm Krystin Scott. Welcome to Yoga for Splits. This is a deep hip opening video. So this is part 3 of my series. If at any point this gets too intense for you, feel free to check videos 1 and 2 and then jump in when you're nice and warm and follow along with video 3. So if you're ready, we're gonna get started in a child's pose. We'll get started in child's pose. We'll take a nice wide leg child's pose. So go ahead and spread your knees all the way to the edges of your mat. Bring your forehead to rest down on your mat. Maybe massage it side to side. Crawl your fingers out long in front of you. And really feel your hips melting down towards your heels with each exhale. Coming into our Ujjayi breath. Strong inhales and exhales through your nose. On your next inhale, start to press into your hands. You'll make your way up to a hands, knees, tabletop position. Stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Then inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. Exhale, curl and round, really arch through your spine. Inhale, drop your belly, look up, cow pose. Exhale, cat, push the mat away from you. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Take a couple more rounds of cat-cow here, moving with your breath. And then we'll meet in a nice neutral tabletop. And then we'll start to extend your right arm out by your ear. Left leg comes up. Flex through all 5 back toes. Square off your hips. Really suck your belly button towards your spine here. Take a big breath in. Exhale, curl in, elbow to knee. Inhale, release, extend. Now start to reach back for your foot. Start to kick your foot into your hand. Coming into tabletop dancer here. Nice hip stretch here. Release and return your hand and your knee to your mat. Then we'll start to extend your left arm up by your ear. Right leg comes behind you. Again, try to square off those hips. Really flexing those toes down. Take a big breath in. Exhale, curl in, elbow to knee. Inhale, release. And exhale, reach back for your foot. Start to kick your foot into your hand. Allow the kick to drive this pose, opening through your hip flexor. Start to release and exhale, return your hand and your knee down to the mat. And then you'll move your hands about 1 hand length in front of you. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back. Come into downward facing dog. Feel free to take any wiggles you need here. Bending 1 knee and then the other. Maybe opening up that right hip. If you're just jumping in for this part of the series, if your hips are already nice and warm, breathe in your down dog. And inhale, come up onto your tippy toes and take small steps up to meet your hands. Step your feet hip width distance, and we'll come into a ragdoll here. You can interlace your fingers in opposite elbow creases. Sway side to side if that feels good. As much bend in your knees here as you need to bring your belly down to your thighs. If you have super open hamstrings, you want a little bit more, you can bring your palms underneath your feet here. Walk your toes up to your wrist creases. And pull yourself in closer. Breathing here. Release your hands, and then we'll inhale, roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. head comes up very last. And we'll come up to the top of our mat. Set up your feet for mountain pose. You can leave your feet hip-width distance or bring your big toes to touch with a sliver in between your heels. Then inhale your arms up by your ears. Take a big breath in. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at your hips. Inhale, lift halfway, nice flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. Come into high plank. You'll hinge forward on your tippy toes, hug your elbows to your sides, lower halfway, chaturanga, or lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, peel up, upward facing dog or baby cobra if you're on your belly. Exhale, tuck your toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Big breaths in your down dog. Then inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, step your foot in between your hands. Lower down onto your back knee. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Peek and make sure that knee is stacked over your ankle. Take a couple breaths here to breathe into this low lunge. And start to straighten that front leg. Come into half splits. Really flex those toes up towards your face. Working to square off your hips here. And then if you're feeling ready, go ahead and slide into your splits on this side. Again, if you're not ready to move into splits, you're welcome to stay in your low lunge or your half splits. Always listen to your body. In your splits, working to square those hips down to the mat. Flexing toes up towards your face. Breathe here. If you want a little deeper stretch, maybe you fold forward over this front leg. If you still want even more, maybe you take this into Mermaid Variation, reaching for this back foot, bringing it into your elbow, and then reaching and clasping your hands behind you. Breathe here. Slowly release. Set that back foot back down. And then this front leg is going to come into half pigeon. So parallel your shin with the top of your mat. Really flex through your foot. If you need more space in your hips, you can point this foot in. Make sure you point it in. If you're not parallel with the top of the mat, it'll protect your knee. So wherever you are, either flex or point that foot. Then inhale, sit up really tall, lots of length in your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Breathing into your right outer hip now. Breathing here in your half pigeon, breathing into that tight right outer hip space. And slowly start to press back into your hands. Make your way back up to seated. And then bring this left leg to stack on top of your right. We're coming into double pigeon here. So flex through both feet, knees stack over ankle, ankle stacks over knee. Inhale, sit up really tall. And exhale, fold forward. Now breathing into that tight left hip space. Inhale, sit up, release, shake it out, bring your legs out. Whew. And then when you're ready, make your way back to your down dog so we can do the other side. From your downward facing dog, inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your foot in between your hands. Lower down onto your back knee. Again, peek and make sure this knee is stacked right over your ankle. Then inhale, reach up, low lunge. Breathing space now into your right hip flexor. On your next inhale, start to straighten that front leg. Flex your toes up towards your face. Breathing into our half splits. You're welcome to stay here, or if you're feeling ready, start to slide into your left full splits now. Working to square your hips to the mat. Flexing your toes up towards your face. Breathing here. And if you notice that one side is tighter than the other, that's totally normal. Our bodies are very asymmetrical, and this is a great pose to point it out to you. And so breathing wherever you are in this left split. If the Mermaid Variation is accessible to you on this side, feel free to go for it. It is super tight for me, so I'm gonna skip it today. Stay here in my splits, breathing into it. And then I'll start to move into half pigeon on this side. So parallel your shin with the top of your mat, flexing through that foot. Peeking back, making sure those back toes are pressing firmly into your mat. Inhale, sit up really tall, lots of length in your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Now breathing into the left outer hip. Allowing breath to do the work here to take you deeper into this pose. Start to sit back up if you fold it over, and then we'll bring this right leg around to cross on top of our left. Again, flexing through both feet, coming into our fire log pose here. Ankle stacking over knee, knee stacking over ankle. Sit up really tall. Take a big breath in. And exhale, fold forward. Now breathing into our right outer hip. Slowly start to sit back up. Ooh, bring those legs out in front of you, shake them out. Take any movements that you need here to roll out your hips, maybe coming onto your back, taking some hip circles. Release those hips, you just did a lot of work. And then we'll come into a happy baby. This should feel really nice on your hips. Really plugging your knees into your armpits. Lengthening down your entire spine. When you feel ready, release your feet. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Rock side to side. And then keep your right knee in. Extend your left leg long. Inhale. Exhale, pull this right knee over to the left side. Come into a gentle spinal twist here. Right arm opens to the right side, trying to press both shoulders into your mat. Breathing here. On your next inhale, hug back into center. Give both knees a squeeze to reset. Then keep that left knee in. Extend your right leg long. Inhale. Exhale, take that knee over to your right side. Open up your left arm. Trying to press both shoulders into your mat. Letting go of controlling your breath here. And if you feel even on this side, hug both knees back into center. And give yourself a great big squeeze. Curl into a teeny tiny little ball. Really hug your nose to your knees to your nose. Take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Release into Shavasana, your final resting pose. Take up space on your mat. Let your feet splay open to the edges. Arms rest down by your sides. Palms face up. Let everything go here. Relax your face. Feel your shoulders melting into your mat. Relax down your entire spine into your tailbone. Feel your hips melting into your mat. Relax your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, your knees, your shins, your calves, your ankles, and your toes. Full body relaxation. I invite you to rest here in Shavasana for as long as you can. But if you're ready to move on with your day, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take some gentle wrist and ankle circles. And then reach your arms overhead. Take a full body stretch. And make your way onto your favorite side, coming into fetal position. And take a couple moments here to practice gratitude for your body and your breath, for showing up on your mat, for doing the work. And keeping your eyes closed, press into your hand, make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your palms to touch at heart center. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to PsycheTruth. Let me know how your splits go. I hope you watch the whole series and leave a comment. Tell us about your progress. I hope you get your splits. And if you want to know more about me, check out my social media. The links are below. Thanks for being here. You can find more videos like this one on Amazon Instant Video, and they're free if you have Prime. Join me for yoga class virtually anywhere. Stream videos to your tablet, your TV, or the Amazon app on your phone.